G'day gorgeous souls, this is Leonie Dawson, business coach and mentor to heart-centered and creative entrepreneurs who want to make a big, beautiful difference in the world. We're here with Jen Saunders, editor of Wild Sister Magazine and publishing company, and she's just been here for a 3-day private coaching retreat.
Mm-hmm.
So Jen, how was it?
It was awesome, mind-blowingly, just amazing. Loved it. Loving it.
It's still not over.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you, how were you feeling before you came here? Where were you at in your business?
I felt like I'd been stumbling around in the dark ever since I started. I didn't have a plan. I didn't know anything about business. So I didn't know what I was doing. I was just trying new things and I was just getting frustrated because I didn't know what the next step was ever. So I just wanted a map or like a plan or just a little bit of clarity.
Yeah, really. So you don't feel like you're fumbling around in the dark.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how confident were you feeling about kind of reaching your income goals and, sort of the dream that you had of the future?
I was thinking, for now we're okay and we can get a bit more in the future, and then maybe, years down the track we'll just keep growing and growing. But I wasn't thinking short term or over the next year or a couple of years.
You thought you might eventually get just enough for
in some
you
faraway land.
Yeah. Just enough money, just for you and your husband to live.
Yeah.
Small but comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not too big.
But not too big.
Yeah.
But not too big.
Yeah.
So what made you say yes to this retreat?
It just, as soon as I saw it, it just called to me. I'd been waiting for something like that, and I knew that it would be such a huge challenge for me that I would just blossom afterwards.
Really? And so how are you feeling now that you've come to the retreat and we've had such an intensive time together going over money and mindset and marketing and building the business systems? So how are you feeling about your future now and where you're at now?
Just so clear about it all. Just there's so much clarity. I know exactly what I need to do. I have no doubts or questions or what ifs or anything like that going on. I know exactly what to do. I'm very focused and it's just all clear, laid out, and I'm just ready to do it and make it happen. Really?
And it's funny, we've mapped out Jen's dream income goals for the next 12 months. And it's doable. It's not just doable, but it's doable.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's the system there. You follow the system, and it's the plan is there.
Yeah.
So I love that you thought it was something that would happen years in the future, if ever. And how confident do you feel that you're going to be able to reach your big income goal?
Just so quietly, comfortably, calmly, absolutely sure that it's coming and that I'm getting there. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I'm just ready, and I'm just it's inevitable. I know that now.
And then it's not going to happen years in the future.
No, it's gonna happen whenever I want it to happen, whenever I make it happen.
Yeah. It's gonna happen this year.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Bless. And I wanted to ask you too, you said something really profound that I think a lot of entrepreneurs are going to really connect with, about how you felt really nervous about coming here and doing this work. So I wanted to ask you to share a little bit about that and the words that you said about that.
I was just nervous because I'd never done anything on my own before, standing on my own 2 feet. I'd always had someone by my side watching over me, just someone I could fall back on. But now I knew that coming to this would be me having to be completely self-contained and responsible for myself 100%, not just 95%. And so I was nervous, but I knew that I wanted it more than I was afraid of it. So I just knew that I had to make it happen and that it would change everything.
Really, and I love those words. I just want to get them tattooed all over my butt. because this is what entrepreneurs face every single day, and it's that your desire for where your dreams are and where you want to go is bigger than the fear, and so you make it happen, and it happens, and it's life-changing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So has your perspective of online business shifted? Like,
hell yes. Everything now, I can see like the workings behind things now, and what's working and what's not working, and everything's just crystal clear. Love it.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
It's powerful once you know the systems behind it. It's actually going to make massive difference.
Just like, that's because before I could just see like the front of the shop,
yes,
not the workings behind it. And just like, I want my shop to look pretty like that one, but you just couldn't. You're always comparing, like, but it was the background that I needed to focus on.
It's true. It's like looking. It's like trying to build a building by looking at a facade.
Yeah.
And this retreat really gives you a bit like the building instructions for that building, and how to build it, what's the most important elements to put in first so that the building does not fall over, what's going to make the bigger differences. It's just so important, and I think I know like how big a difference those things made in my business, and that's why I'm like, all right, peeps, like, you know, you're such an embodiment of, like, you know, the earth angel with such beautiful gift to share with the world, and you've got a real vision of what you want to share. And it's just using those exact same, you know, the tools, the principles that really work to make a big difference. Yeah. So, money mindset wise, how are you feeling differently?
Just much more open to new possibilities. There's no limit now. There's no glass ceiling above my head. I feel like. And if there ever would be one again, I'd just break back through it, you know? It's just, the sky's the limit. Whatever I want, I can achieve. Really.
And I think that's such a beautiful way of saying it. These retreats are really about self-empowerment and being self-contained and self-responsible, so that I give, you know, my clients the tools that they need, and I also empower them to really take responsibility and be able to stand in their power, and they'll be able to go back home, implement all these things, and know that everything they have is right, and everything they need, it's right inside them. They've got the tools now, and they've got the determination and the faith. And it's not just about business. It's about what it takes, the inner and the outer, to actually make that business shit happen and make it bright and beautiful. So, going forward, are you kind of feeling like you're going to be able to work less and earn more?
Yeah, absolutely. I was working all the time just because I felt like, well, normal people work all day. I should too. Even if I didn't really have anything to do, I would just sit there and find something to do. So now I'm just going to do what's needed, what's important, keep it simple, and just get it done, and then focus on myself a bit more. Yeah,
that's it. And I know, like, for business owners, this is going to, like, freak you out to hear, oh, I'm going to actually spend less time on my business. And yet it is so important. You will get more done. Like, when you, like, follow this principle, I've been teaching Jan and my other private coaching clients how to become so much more strategic, so the work that you do in the world has a much bigger impact without it completely draining you, and for it to be like a real fuel for your best life as well.
Yeah.
Most inspired, creative, joyful, happy life. Business does not have to suck.
It can be awesome.
Business can be awesome. It can be like the best fun ever.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. So what would you say to the people who are thinking about, you know, diving more into private coaching with me and doing kind of this bigger work? Would you recommend it to them? What would you say?
Absolutely. I'd say even though the fear's there, which it will be, just go forward anyway. Just say yes. Because once I said yes, everything just started to become clearer already, even before I got here, and to fall into place. And my confidence lifted already. So just the act of saying yes was just the biggest part for me.
That's awesome. And on a monetary value, over the next 12 months, how much more income do you think that you will receive out of doing this retreat?
Just unlimited. Like, on the first day you asked that, and I put $50,000, but now I'm thinking $100,000.
Yeah.
Just because I can do more.
Mm.
And then that's only a minimum for the next year or so, as I just keep building and building up.
Really, really, the sky is the limit.
Yeah.
And that's the most exciting thing about all of this.
Mm.
You just got to have the groundwork in place, and then it's like building the framework around you to propel you into the world in the biggest way. So keep an eye out on Jen. She's off to do big things and change the world and have an incredible life and an incredible business as she does it.
Absolutely.
The plan is there, and as Jen proves, it's all doable, and even when you have fear, it's still a wonderful thing and something to...
It's even better when you have fear, because then you've got more room to grow and more to learn.
Mm-hmm. It's beautiful. Amen. High five. To your shining success, to Jen's shining success, let's go out and change the world.
Yeah.